Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto, and congratulations, we finally hit 100,000. Big day for Bitcoin. We had a massive spike, as you can see yesterday evening. We already broke out, and then overnight, kind of at the end of the US session, and slightly the beginning of the Asian session as well, which overlaps for a bit. We spiked up higher. We broke out above this level here at 98,000. Went up higher here. I did not expect it. I thought we would have some sort of a fake out perhaps, but this could still turn into a fake out, even though that would be hard to believe. But no, when we broke out and reached 100,000, our all-time high right now is at 104,000. And there's some things you need to know, because this move is great. All right, it's bullish continuation. If you look at the 4-hour time frame here, this all looks fine. The one thing, though, that I do think you need to be worried about slightly is, it's twofold. First of all, when we look at all the fundamentals, most of the fundamentals are still fine. All right, so the Bitcoin, the Coinbase Bitcoin premium is still there, so that's still bullish, and it's also increasing. And then if we take a look at some external factors, such as the stock markets, gold, USDT dominance, and the dollar strength index, that's all looking great as well, right? That definitely allows for more upside. However, kind of talking about the short term here, because long term, obviously, this move is great, and it allows us to have some sort of a pathway into 110,000 and 120K. But short term, what we see is that the funding rates have elevated to the highest level they've been at for a very long time. All right, if you look at the last year, we've had funding rates like these before, as you can see in December and then in February as well, twice actually, and then slightly in March as well. So we've seen this before, but it usually ends with a big spike down. All right, that's how it ends. Then the funding rates are reset, and then we can have some decent trading again. And now you can see that the funding rates have also become that elevated. And not only have the funding rates become that elevated, but no, the leverage on Bitcoin has increased by a huge amount as well. We have open interest all-time highs again. So a lot of this move was actually built on leverage. Now, what that means is I think that the risk of some sort of a major spike down, look, ultimately Bitcoin is going to stay bullish, right? I don't think that's the question. I think Bitcoin is going to stay bullish. Maybe we'll spike down, like I said, to the previous month POC here at 99,000, perhaps even lower. That is a possibility. But overall, Bitcoin will remain stable. It's just that for altcoins, which I always like to talk about a little bit in these Bitcoin videos as well, for altcoins it can be devastating. All right, the funding rates on especially altcoins are very high. And what we're seeing over the course of the day, and that is usually something that happens with flushes or with spikes down like these, is that the Bitcoin dominance goes up as well. It has already increased quite a bit. It seems to be putting in higher lows right here on the lower time frames. So I would be careful, all right? If you find cryptos, like for example, there's still some coins that actually do have a lot of momentum, right? So Rune, WorldCoin, for example, I do think you can find and open positions on those. And like I said, I think Bitcoin will remain fine here either way. But be careful. Have some tight stop losses. Move your stop loss to entry often and quick. And maybe stick to spot. Because we are going to get a spike down in the next week or so. And that's going to liquidate a lot of traders. And I don't want you to be one of those traders. Now, talking about Bitcoin, what I expect short term, it very much depends on if we break through 102 or 104,000 here. Both of them are major resistance levels, actually. 104,000 is the 1.618 fib of this move down. 102,000, which we have been able to break above and hold above as well, is the 1.618 fib of the entire bear market. So that's a major level as well. So short term, what I don't really have a clue what's going to happen short term. It depends on which one of those two levels breaks. All right, so keep an eye on those levels, and then if you see one of them break, preferably on the 4-hour time frame, but potentially on the 1-hour time frame, then you'll know more. All right, I would say it is slightly more likely that we'll get a pullback here, and that we'll get that flush on the short term. But those are my thoughts. And like I said, I do think Bitcoin is going to be able to hold its own here. I do think it's going to range or continue the uptrend in the short term. I just think really short term, like today, tomorrow, weekend maybe, that flush is very likely. So those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know for now. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. For now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.